what role does men's involvement play in modern feminism, and how can men be effective allies in promoting gender equality?
This is such a good question. Yeah, I could talk for hours on this, but I think the most important thing for guys to do in terms of feminism is to first acknowledge that there is a difference between guys and women and how they're treated. So the first thing they need to realize is that they do have a privilege and that they are more privileged in society, like the pay gap and just generally how they're treated, how they are safe to walk alone at night, whereas women don't often feel safe to go out at night alone. All those kind of things. I think the main thing is they just need to see that, they need to acknowledge it. And then a huge thing that they need to do is when they see their friend maybe interrupting a woman or like treating them like an object, things like that, then just to speak out and say to their friend, like, that's not cool, we don't do that. I think that's really important because a lot of the time a guy, if he's very sort of toxic masculine, he won't listen to women. So if women say, like, I think you're being a little bit rude or you keep interrupting me, please don't, they might be like, yeah, it's just a woman saying that. But if a guy were to say, look, cool, maybe they'll listen as it is.
I agree with you. And when you said that men should recognize the the difference, I believe that they should recognize that the women are different too. Like, we are not like all the same. We are different from them, and we are different between us too. So I believe this is very important because we are not like the same. So I believe this is important to then recognize.
I think also, exactly as you say, there could be 100 different types of women, 100 different types of men, but at the end of the day, they need to be treated equally. So exactly, so if men just, like Zoe says, speak up. When you hear, guys in the pub, guys in the bar, and, a girl walks past and a guy will be like, hey, like, that's not cool. It's not cool. It was accepted 20 years ago, 10 years ago. It's not cool. And it just takes for one guy in that group to draw attention to that and say, hang on a minute, that was rude. Small things like that will go a long way to changing people's attitude.
I believe so. Here in Brazil, we have a type of men that we call esquerdomacho. I don't know how to say this in English, but this guy that is very ally and very polite, and he represents between women, be very ally, but when he's between the guys, he do nothing. So like, it's very easy, like, be an ally just with a lot of women, and without the guys, you just like passa pano. I don't know how to say in English this expression too.
I have no idea how to say that. Isabel, Hannah, how can we explain this to Zoe and Cindy? Passa pano.
We don't have that expression in English at all.
To sugarcoat something. That's the expression.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like, don't sugarcoat, be coherent.
Coherent.
Be a true ally.
Yeah, it also it takes guts, it takes character for a man to stand up in front of his friends. It's the same with, like you say, with homophobia, with racism. It's exactly the same. It's not always easy to stand up against your friends. So it does. It takes, be a man.